Float like gravity.
All right. This is episode 31. Fuck, I didn't realize we already got past the big 3-0 with little to no fanfare. But, yo, I just want to welcome Tim,
Ew.
my good homeboy. High five. Thanks for coming on.
Hello, of course. Happy to be here.
Tim is he said he's halfway famous, and I'm going to take his word on that. So we'll go with that. Tim is a halfway famous musician, but
Wild.
what
Rough start.
what really intrigues me though is
If we're going off comments said off mic, I could hold you to task. What's the guy? What's that guy from that thing? I'm so fried too. I'm so tired right now. What's that guy from that thing?
yeah, we're pretty wasted. It's pretty late.
What's the guy from that thing? The guy from that Jamie, pull that up.
Pull that up. Pull that shit up. Jamie.
Pull up what Chris was talking about before we started this endeavor.
Okay, no, we're good. So
Yeah, we're great at the best.
what I was gonna say really fascinated me. What I actually think about a lot. When I think, I mean, I do think about you when you're not around, and when I think about you, I think about your job and the movie Nightcrawler.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's what you do for a living, right? You like
Mostly, yeah.
you capture disaster footage.
And not exclusively. That is how I started. That was like the easiest opportunity, to be honest, the most consistent, and
And it works, right? It's
yeah.
like to just have a police scanner and be like, yo.
it's like it could, like, I don't think it's that accessible. Like, you'd really have to have like a good hustle to it. I started from an app, and I always call it like the Uber of news, and it was just newsworthy events that happened to be happening in my radius, and it was like car accidents, house fires,
Murders,
things
kidnappings,
like that.
hostage situations.
There have been honestly there have been things like that, and then I was just consistent with it. I was always finding good angles. I never really turned down any assignments, and then I started to get offered like more stable, like softer stuff, like community events, like charity things, and then I got to do more kind of like press stuff with, like, I got to be at the opening of the Alamo Draft House on Staten Island in New Dorp, which is like made by the RZA. I was actually just wearing their T-shirt and from the Alamo Draft House, and I met the RZA because of that assignment. I got to meet Luis Guzman, so it's been very cool. And then it's also like, it's just fun. Like, I have cool stories from it. I've picked up work in Colorado. I just recently did a story in Illinois. I was able to work in Puerto Rico. Yeah, it's been very cool. And it is much like that movie Nightcrawler. Yeah,
Just
like,
make sure. Could you just do me a favor?
Mhm.
Just make sure you talk closer into the mic.
Do you want to start again? I feel like we could have a better start.
Oh, hell's no.
No, come on.
No, fuck no, dude. I think we're doing great. I was honestly very intent. I was listening very intently to what you were saying about like the kind of events you would engage in with like your work. And what really interests me is that, like, it's so fucking third party. You would expect like these these prestigious fucking news outlets to have at least some in-house people like on the job, but apparently even third party actors would just get the fucking shit that
It's it is like third or fourth party. So like, what happens is like, there's a lot of different ways that stuff gets aired. There's a lot of different ways stuff ends up on the news, and I'm really not even that well versed. Like, I don't even know what that was.
Wait, did you ever have your footage like featured on like primetime news?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
always. That's
so you're like, yo, it's
I've
like that.
seen
Yeah,
it, yeah. And like, I remember the first time seeing it live and being surprised by it, and it was bittersweet because it was a sad story. It was like a teenager, like a 16, 17-year-old who got killed on his bike, like on Staten Island. It was
Holy
like very
shit.
close to where I lived, and I went to it, and it was that's a whole part of the job too. Is like, there's a solemn aspect to it, like.
Solemn aspect. Oh, that's all bullshit. We all know it's really about the money. Like if the money's not there, then you wouldn't be there. Like,
honestly, no. I'm.
Oh well, now you got the passion, because you did it just long enough where you're like, you know what, this is some fascinating shit. Okay, like.
Well, because what drew me to it, honestly, how I started, I was already working. I had done it throughout other jobs, and I'd picked up assignments quick things on my lunch break at other jobs and been late to work to do this kind of work. So it became a passion, and it wasn't. It's like the money's not there enough for it, and I wasn't ever really the opportunist to really pimp it out, to really make it a product. I was just excited about it, and it was something cool. It was something cool to be known for, and it helped me expand and define my interest in photography and videography.
It was also it's a productive it's a productive work.
Yeah, and it was something I was already interested in. I actually started in radio journalism, and I'd done a internship kind of thing.
Wait, all right. So do you have rivals? Like, do you have competition?
Okay, yo. I have a history too. This is like the third podcast I've been on, and I have made a history of chatting people. Not even chatting people, I guess calling people out.
Okay.
In like WWE promo style.
All right. No, I mean we got some tea. All
I
right.
have
tea for the podcast.
Coffee.
Some coffee and tea for the
Coffee.
podcast.
Okay, so
why don't we spill it a bit? You know, like.
Yeah, I'm dousing people out here. Okay, so, so yeah, it does come like that. Nightcrawler is a pretty good basis. I do reference that all the time when people ask, like, what do I do? And now, honestly, I'm doing the music more. I haven't gotten a brag-worthy job from that line of work in a while, but it's still cool. I still have great stories from it.
When you know what, honestly, I kind of relate. Like,
I do have rivals. I do have rivals. I would shout out or shout at. I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna shout out.
Well, you don't. It's not about really
That's
naming
too late.
names. I just want to
know. I'm gonna dox them.
Oh shit.
I wrote down their license plates.
Oh
shit.
shit.
I mean, see, all right, in the movie Nightcrawler, and you gotta say it like that, Nightcrawler. Jacob Gyllenhaal, brother.
I love him. He's such a good actor.
Jacob Gyllenhaal, brother of Margaret Gyllenhaal, of the Gyllenhaal family. In the movie Nightcrawler, Jacob Gyllenhaal, he loosens the brakes of his rival. I mean, it's not depicted, but it's alluded to.
It's alluded to. It's implied.
It's implied sabotage. And his rival spins out, and he comes to a fate that's not disclosed to the audience. And hey, whatever works, right? So there are people at the scene. Like you do come across people, and honestly, I have more allies and nemesis at those kind of things. I've learned a lot at press lines, and I've shown up to fucking murders and car accidents and big impending doom things with my phone and a tripod. And back in the day, I had a really crappy tripod. I just showed up with just like a broomstick, and people were like, all right, he's here. And I would get good shots, and I'd push my luck, and I would do the right thing, and I'd be respectful of the scene and everyone's shot. I would do the right thing and show up with just enough and the spirit to do it. And people had put me on. I did come at this with the angle. I'm gonna shout out some people. Yeah, there's people at the scene who are also like think that there's not enough pie to go around. Mm-hmm. So like
they're hungry too. They got to eat.
Yeah, but I'm not in their way, and I'm moving in a way that's good for everybody, and it's proven true.
Okay, so you thought this out. You thought out the whole economy of your industry.
Yeah,
You're
because
like, all right,
I'm not.
These are the players. These are the most active players, and this is the hierarchy. This is how. The
hierarchy is who fucking gets there.
Well, it's like you ever see the platform, the movie? It's like the food going downhill.
Yeah. But much Nightcrawler is a great example. Like the fucking who's best is who gets there. So I'm always in the whip. I know Staten Island like the back of my hand. I'll drive crazy. I got mad good car luck.
Do you have a van?
My car loves me. No, I have a Camry, which is just good enough. I don't need mad stuff. I need to just park, throw my car out, and just jump out of the car, throw the car somewhere, park up, just get out, throw down the tripod, bong, bong, just get into it. And then that's proven. I've proven myself through that. And there are people at the scene who respect that, and then there's people who still don't take me seriously and will try to be in my way and will not acknowledge me, because like after the job it breaks. After the job the tension breaks. Everyone rushes to the scene, the fire's going, and then you're there for 20 minutes, and then the fucking fire's done and the water's trickling down the street. Everyone's breaking down their gear, and you say, hey, I saw you. I saw you over there. Oh yeah, hey, over there. And then there's people that are just, and it's like, all right, Dick, I'll see you in 20 minutes. The next thing.
All business, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, for what gain? Like, we all have our ins. We all are here. We all know what we're doing here. So I don't know. It doesn't really affect me. I don't really get too bogged down about it, but it's just something to acknowledge.
All right, so have you done it long enough where it's like you're no longer like the newest guy in the scene, like where there's people, you notice there's people after you now, like
there's people that I mean, it's because it's a freelance thing. It's not routine work. Like, you don't have, because freelance is not routine work. Like, you don't have coworkers necessarily. It works out in a weird way where you see similar people and you see lifers and you see people that like are of a scene. Yo, if I'm shouting people out, shout out Adam Loud Labs. He's always nice to me. He saw me as like a rookie showing up with just my phone and the spirit, and he was nice. Adam Loud Labs is very Adam.
do you like this photo?
That could be better.
No, I'm gonna crop you out, and then I'm gonna make it the cover for this episode.
Let me put my belly away.
Oh yeah. All right, let's do that. Let's do it. Ready?
It's a portrait.
3, 2, 1.
I'll be in the spirit of gratitude. So Adam of Loud Labs is a nice guy.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
that's pensive.
Steamy.
That's pensive. That's pensive as fuck. Damn.
He was cool. He has a lot of.
Yo,
great
good call on
beer.
the full beard, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I think that's how my face is. He has a lot of great gear. He takes it very seriously, but he had never been like a gatekeeper, as some would say.
Okay, so let me ask
Hold
you.
on, no, you were tuning in and out. No, steady stream. I'm half joking.
No,
I'm mostly joking.
No,
75%
go
joking.
fire away, dude. No, I'm sorry, dude. It's
okay.
in my best interest to burn as much time as we can. So I
Yeah.
need to keep you talking. So
Yeah, I got
I'm
this.
sorry to fuck up your flow, dude.
I'm gonna wait. So let me finish my thought about Adam from Loud Labs. While we're talking about the
guy,
the
one
freelance-
of your rivals.
No. See,
Oh, so he's
you're
not
taking-
even.
you're
Oh,
taking
he's one of the
photos.
new people.
No, see, he's a lifer, but he's a young guy. I'd consider him young. He's probably 40.
You consider him young at 40,
because there's guys on the scene that are like 60.
but you don't see them on the scene. They probably have people working. for them.
No.
Oh.
See, I'm telling you, I'd see older guys. But so I'd say he's very steady. I'd always seen him at a lot of things, and I would show up.
This is weird work, by the way.
Amateurish.
This is a very weird industry.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I think it's
I'd
awesome,
seen him
but it's very weird.
I think one of the most notable times, the time he was nicest to me, well, I'll really tidy the thought together with this, was at a shooting on Staten Island, a police-involved shooting on Staten Island, where the police had made the choice to open fire on a man mentally. I'm not trying to talk political about it. The cop shot a guy. The cop shot a guy.
Like, I don't tell the news, okay?
The cop shot a guy. Exactly. I'm just taking pictures. So the cop shot a guy who was swinging a pipe or something like that at them. He was bugging out in the apartment, and the cops came. He swung the thing at the cops. They shot him.
Allegedly, yeah.
And then there's a big press line. I got there. I set up my stuff. It was a bunch of real news crews with the whole big setup, and I had recognized Adam from Loud Labs from other scenes. We'd recognized each other, and I'm good at going up to people. That's kind of been what's been good for this job, and what kind of brought me to it and kept me in it, and what's helped me excel in it is I have no qualms about talking to people. I enjoy it. I hope people enjoy talking to me. I feel like we could get to something quickly when we communicate. And I approached Adam. We remembered each other. He put me on right there. Like he gave me some pointers. We waited stuff out. He told me what to expect. He'd also given me an opportunity with some other things that I could have taken fuller advantage of, to be honest. Okay, that's my thought. But yeah,
I mean,
I've
so
done
it
that
sounds
for a while.
like you and this guy kind of have like a camaraderie going,
or
or you're more like colleagues at the very least, right?
No, he's full steam a thing.
Oh, so you
Labs
consider
is
him a
thing.
mentor more than a colleague?
Yeah, as an aspiration.
Okay,
I don't even think we're
So
close
it's like
enough to
so
be a
it's like
mentor,
it's
but
like
he's-
it's like how
he's
like
cool.
it's like how Kobe Bryant will look at Michael Jordan. You know, it's
Yeah,
like, yo,
I'm no Kobe, but yeah. I'm something else. I'm like prison ball. Like, I'm prison ball, but I have a Kobe poster in my cell. And
doing pull-ups every day. You're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah. That's my journalism.
I love
style.
Kobe. I mean, yeah, Kobe was kind of a rapist. I get that. But, you know, his work ethic was really good. And I'm not saying, like, you know, that alone, like, you know, completely redeems him of whatever sins. But I'm just saying there's something to be learned objectively here, you know, from, like, you know, a guy like Kobe Bryant. That motherfucker knew how to work. Like, he was
got
like
the Mamba mentality.
yeah, he would always talk about it. He was like, "Yo, it was I'm always into the obsession, you know? It's not just about training, but it's about being obsessed with the game, to break the game down, to dissect it." And I was like, yeah. You know, I agreed with everything he was saying. I was like, this man knows. Like, he was like, all these other motherfuckers, they were just trying to play hard, play as hard as they possibly could. I was trying to dissect the game. I was trying to break it down and understand every element of it and then train exactly in the parts that I needed to win every time. And I was listening to these words from Kobe Bryant. I was like, shit, like, this guy sounds like he's like General MacArthur, you know, like winning the fucking Korean War. I'm like, this guy is like strategizing. That
Mamba mentality.
that's how you approach shit, right? That's the best way.
Well, I think the kernel of that I could relate to is an obsession.
Yes, yeah. It's
So-
it's the diligence.
Yeah, I think even for me, right, because what brought me to the freelance videography, which is a strange pursuit and puts you in strange places with sometimes strange people, is an obsession, is an interest, is kind of a perverse curiosity. I think I'm off mic a little bit, and so what brought me to that is is an obsession which I think will pull you past diligence. Even someone who's disciplined well may get detracted, may get magnetized by a certain obsession, and that becomes their discipline. So for me, having the opportunity to rush to these scenes, it became this opportunity to rush to an unfolding chaos that I could relate to. Let's get real poetic here. Okay, so there was this chance, there was this window in time. I'm really in here now. Really, everyone listen to me. Right? So every other life, every other opportunity represented. Really, write this down in my fucking biography. Everything else represented a stillness.
Yes.
Every job is a stillness. Come here for these hours. Do this job, and not to knock it. I bless him. Really, seriously, I'm rooting for everybody. So has this, you have these parameters. Come here for these hours. Complete this task. Beyond, scale it. We're gonna do this thing, right? There's the dream. But with this opportunity, with this job, this vocation, this obsession,
This passion.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna use the Kobe term, the
Obsession.
right? So
The Kobe term. The obsession.
there was this opportunity, there's this window of time that would break this stillness. Every other job, it's hard to not experience a job that's gonna give you stillness, right? There's
Yeah.
a symptom of every job. But this was a chance to rush to something that was fucking chaos, right? And I guess you could be a firefighter or a police officer or something like that. And this kind of was a weird parallel
But you're going in there as a participant. You were going in there as an observer, strictly. Yeah.
But and also in an artistic way too, like
Because I mean, think about it. Like, you can't automatically assume you could just intervene and assume things will turn out okay.
no, it wasn't that the fucking thing. Too is like I was 0% of the time I was there to save anybody.
Yeah.
I don't even feel bad about saying that.
No, because
Like,
it's not
I'm
your
not-
job.
yeah,
you could easily make things way worse.
100%.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I was just there. I knew the job. Like I
Yeah.
was just there. Like park the car, run to the place.
Yeah. Shoot it.
Just get different angles, and like it was a good chance. Off mic before we were hanging out, we were doing some music, and Chris had said that there's a duality between an artist and an engineer, and that had come up a couple of times. Like while we're hanging out tonight, and it's like we're just doing some like
The artist and the engineer.
some
Yeah.
like NPC based music, and just other kind of thoughts, like other ways people approach things. There's an
Yo, can I roll a
artist.
joint, by the way?
Can you fucking hear me out? No, hear me out. I'm hosting this thing.
I'm listening.
This is the Tim Brown Talk It Out hour now.
I would love that.
Okay, so
Can I roll a joint though?
hold on. At the end of this thought,
Okay.
I'm exalting your wisdom. There's gonna be so much weed in the
I'm
world.
totally
Hold on.
listening though.
Okay, so we're talking about the freelance journalism, about the crime scene reporting,
And how we're talking about the difference between artist and engineer.
the artist and engineer. So for me, there was this obsession, Kobe, to rush to this chaos, this unfolding chaos, that would put me in a place to be an observer, but would in both feet allow me to be an artist and an engineer, because there was no clear blueprint to capture this event. No one there was gonna fucking tell me the right way to do it in that moment. No one says, "Hey,
This is the best angle.
this is the angle,
This is the best lighting. This
and
is the
we're
best
gonna. The cops are coming down this way, and that window's gonna break, and that car is gonna explode. Don't be right there." Like I've really seen like cars be like, "Oh, we're gonna fucking get out of here." Like
So
dude,
you basically more
you
like
have to approach it like an engineer and an artist. Like logistically, where can I even be? It's me and my phone tripod. People are looking at me goofy anyway. Like, where can I even be? And then how do I make this beautiful? How do I make this something people want to watch? How do I make this something I made? You know, and then also it's wrapped around like, oh my God, someone's house on fire.
or someone's being held hostage.
Yeah, like, I mean the crate. So, all right, well, let's really talk about still that. So like, where it comes to different conflicts like that, I had gone to different. Or we're gonna talk about two things. So, I had gone to a shooting at an apartment complex in Staten Island, and it had been I'd kind of gotten routine with shootings and just a job in general, and you know you kind of
it became one of your little niches.
yeah, and well, just you become a little bit like callous to it. It's like
another shooting. Okay.
It's another shooting, yeah, and you're just like okay, right, and so I go and it's in the middle of this like I'm gonna say it's like the projects, so the middle of these projects, and set up the camera, just doing whatever, and like just doing it, just taking in the angles, just kind of tuned into the shots, not watching people, not really, not I'm gonna say not caring, but not caring. And someone came up while I was recording and just said plainly, they were like, "Hey, are you getting paid for this?" And I don't know, on instinct, right? As a real Tim Brown Truth Hour, right? On instinct, I said, "No, I'm here with CSI, the college," right? Just and it came out of me. I don't consider myself a good liar. It just came out of me. So I was like, okay, and I kind of diffused it. And he said, "Do you feel our pain, right?" And I said,
shit.
"Of course."
Oh
said,
shit.
And I said, and I didn't want to get into, I've had friends die, and my dad died, and my brother died. It's like it's not pain Olympics, right? But just pain, but like it's not that. But that was a real thing, right?
Yeah.
And that was a real steadying moment. Now we're gonna go to a different place with that. Again, a shooting, and this is not. I love guns. Well, right? I love guns. Okay,
I love guns too. Yeah.
But so, no, whatever. Neutralize that statement. However, because it's gonna be gross in light of this next story. Just being provocative. But anyway, so, again, another shooting. Not trying to make a fucking point about shootings, but whatever. On my way to another shooting. Again, it's very routine. Trying to make a point about how it's routine and how it kind of fell in
because
the groove.
it happens so often.
Yeah, and just I was dulled out to like fire, murder, shooting, stabbing, whatever. He was mad stabbings, like mad stuff. Am I handsome? Okay, yes, of course, double both.
Always, baby.
Always, thank you. Okay, so what happened was I was on my way to just a shooting, and it was like the last thing I was gonna do of the day. It felt like a movie scene. As much as I reflect on it, it felt like a movie scene. I was the boyfriend on the last job of the day. I was going to meet my girlfriend. It was halfway done cooking dinner, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go do this last job, and I'm gonna go do this last job, and after this one, I'm done." And I said, "I'm gonna go do this last job. I'll be home for dinner, and it's gonna be a night. We'll be done with the day." And then I go. I'm just in the groove, just doing
shooting some shit, yeah.
Shooting. And I go there and I pull up as quickly. I got there really quickly. I got there before the cops set up the scene, and my first tape is actually the cops setting up the perimeter, and they're telling me get back, and I'm like, still recording and stuff, and I'm getting interviews, and I interview. This is on Staten Island. It's right by one of the middle schools that's right by the hospital. And so there's a nurse there. There's a nurse who was going to their car and heard the shooting and called the police and tried to administer first aid. And I interviewed that nurse.
And then you got to see her doing it?
He.
Oh.
Wow.
I assumed the gender of the nurse.
Like my grandma says, when you assume, you make an ass out of me and you, especially Chris. Okay,
yeah,
so
you got me.
So he, the male nurse who works under
administering CPR.
Yeah. So I interviewed him, And
Yeah, I just came. This guy was shot, and I just put my mouth on his mouth. You know, like
it's pretty gay, but I had to.
I had to. Yo, bro, you see these tattoos? So what? I'm a nurse.
Actually, to be honest, it was like a kind of like a 90s, 80s vibe, like a dad.
Oh.
He was a gentleman, like not necessarily a gentleman, but not a gentleman, but
Like
he was
me.
a gentleman.
Like me, a gentleman.
He was a gentleman. You know, he should have been a nurse. Like I wish that he would be a nurse. when
I
lived
wish he
it.
was my nurse.
Hold on, we're in the middle of such a real ass story though. But yes.
No,
okay.
I'm fucking listening,
I
dude.
know, okay,
I'm
so
listening to your
go to-
real life story about this male nurse.
It's not about the nurse. It's not about the nurse. It's tending to
the shot guy.
So I go, I breeze to the scene. I get there before the cops set it up. I'm recording. The cops are telling me, get out of here, get out of here. And
Get out of here, get
I
out of here.
interview the male nurse, the hero nurse, right, who tried to save the kid. And he's telling me, you know, it's a 16-year-old kid.
Fuck that kid.
Who got shot in front of his house.
In front of his house?
Yeah.
What an idiot. Who gets shot in front of their house?
Oh my God, so sentimental, right? So anyway, so then so I finished the interview with the nurse, and I'm just getting more scenes, and I hear a sound that's like really still sticks with me. I'm honestly kind of like haunted by this. Like honestly, also too, like the job is a little traumatizing. It is.
I would imagine because you're dealing with traumatic events.
Yeah, and so like I hear a sound that's like it really is haunting, and it's this like deep guttural sobbing, this like primal wailing, and it's like a sound I'd really never heard before, but you couldn't not recognize, and it was the dad on the front steps of the house, crying.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Did you catch it? Did
I
you?
recorded.
Oh.
No. I couldn't. Honestly, I could not.
Really?
I
So that's where you drew the line. You were like, no.
I have things. I've had.
You know
things
that
like
would have been. That would have been.
No, I don't want that tape. That's a cursed tape. That's worse than The Ring.
Do you think that would have like made you look bad in the eyes of like?
I wouldn't have submitted it because that's not. Who cares? I'm gonna put that in the news. That's just let's talk about that too because like there's a point to like what's the product, what should be on the news, and like where's privacy. Yeah. I am another. Because I come to the scene and it's like, who is this guy? Who should he even be here? And I have to be respectful of that for myself, for my own conscience. So I'm not grossed out. So I don't think it's perverse.
It's basically like, how tropical is this hospital?
Quite. It's this. I describe it as being the sand in the wound.
Yeah.
You know. So, I try to get there and be a light brush stroke in the right place. And there's moments there that I've seen, like, because you see someone's fucking house burning down, and you don't want to record them on their, right there on their face with everything falling
they're
apart.
crying. It's like all their shit is all burning up, and then you're like, yeah, I gotta get this.
I gotta get this, right? And so like, and similarly like.
But you could just get the house, and that's
you get the
good
house.
enough.
You get the water going down the street. You get the firemen setting up everything. So you find things. You find things that work, and you find things that make sense.
And that tell a story.
That tell a story. Yeah, and also it's like it's a really easy gig too. It's a really easy product. Like what it is like. It's,
don't say that. That just cheapens it. Don't say it's easy. It's not easy. That's
no.
like me saying, "Oh, DJing is easy," and I say it all the time, but I really fucking shouldn't. You know, like, and you're like, "Yeah, it is. It is."
You know what it boils down to? Like, I have all this whole like trauma matrix to go through to get this footage, and what it really is like a 45-second clip on the news where someone else is talking and the footage is playing in the background, and maybe they'll use the interview. They're not using the sound of the car accident, and they're not using the sound of the fire, and this, so it's, they'll be like, and tonight in Staten Island, 3-story house caught ablaze, and they'll show the fire, or they'll show the fire department, and they'll still be talking about, whatever.
I also,
so it's easy.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, so from my understanding, it's like news outlets like ABC News or some shit, like they would just as easily, I mean, from what they say, it's like, oh, this footage was submitted by a passerby, like, and it shows it as if it's some person.
that happens too.
No, but I think like what they really mean is like even among the passerby that submits footage, that's the business.
Why are you saying it like that?
Because like that's how they refer it. Like,
no, what's that? What did you keep saying? Passer what?
Passerby.
Passerby.
Sorry, passerby.
I don't know if that was like an artistic decision or not. Okay,
it should have been. I should have just been like passerby.
But
yeah, passerby.
It's a good rap name.
But yeah, so the like what they really mean is like, no, there's like every time you see footage on the news that says, "Oh, this footage was taken by someone at the scene," what they really mean is people who literally do this for a living. Like it's not just
yes and no. I'd say more to that point. That's true. However, I don't even care. This really does mean no harm, and it's still funny. I do make decisions based on whether they're funny or not, and if it's a perplexing thing to think about. If you live in the New York area and you have listen, folks, as if you haven't not been listening because we're dropping gems out here. Okay, so listen. So if you live in the New York area, you know there's two choices. If you live in the New York metropolitan area, we're not talking about Upper Canada, South Canada, and upstate. We're talking about New York City.
Yeah.
Has two choices in cable providers. Okay, we're not talking about satellite either. Two choices in cable providers. Now, if you have one of them, you know that's the one that has exclusively that kind of news. Right? You with me, people?
like Spectrum.
Hey! Don't say too
okay,
much.
Okay.
Okay. If you have one of the two kinds of channels, it's cables. One has its own news, but the other one does not.
Right.
If you have that kind of news, they love footage.
Oh, okay. So
They
you're
love
talking
stuff.
you're talking about the
I'm not talking about anything.
you're talking about a network. You're talking about a new. You're talking about
and they love stuff.
You're talking about a channel that's devoted to the news, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I know.
And
exactly
they do get a lot of stuff from people that run around.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's good though, honestly.
Because I mean, we're talking about a whole channel devoted to a single metropolitan.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
It would be one channel. Yes. One channel.
Okay, yeah. So of course, they can't. Yeah. That's too much. I mean, they're relying. There's no way like one team could cut.
Yes,
yeah,
one.
for that channel. It's just because of what that.
Yeah,
it's
one.
because it's the one channel. Yeah. No, there's no way they could possibly cover like everything with their own. You're right, because it's like every day they have to come up with fresh content, but it's spanning throughout.
It's 16 hours, I think they do.
But don't they also do like any other news outlet? Don't they also do world news?
I don't watch TV.
All right, but it's they're just another one of a pool of customers ultimately though, right?
Because there's the whole industry there. There's like Associated Press and Reuters and other different things. I don't know.
Who's your favorite to work with?
I go mostly through a company, and then I've made friends. I'll even shout out friends. I mean, there's like Freedom News Network. I shout out. Oh my goodness, yeah, I shout out Adam Loud Labs for mad long. But I should have shouted out as well Olivia from Freedom News. I'm sure.
Well, I mean, if you really want me to plug them, I could just like post their links in the description. Just send me the links.
This is not a good look. I'm so fried. But Olivia, well, I'm already in so deep. We'll keep swimming. Okay, so Freedom News. I'm fucking her name too, so we're gonna call her O. O from Freedom News really also looked out
can I
for
roll
me.
the joint now?
And her husband, yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. And Olivia and her husband Sam, I believe.
Oh, so it's a couple's joint venture. Okay,
Well, it's a real company. I mean, they have a bunch of people beneath them. They work together. I met them at a crime scene at a perp walk. I met them at a perp walk in Queens where someone had shot a cop.
Nice.
I think a 21-year-old had shot a cop, and they were releasing him. We were in his
I don't know why I laughed at that, but
That's funny.
It's like, yeah, I'm old enough to drink. You know what I'm gonna do? Shoot a cop. Like
well, he probably bought the gun legally. That's what I think.
legally, he bought the gun.
Okay.
It's not your job to tell the news, right?
I just sell it. Hey kids, I don't tell it, I sell it.
You make the content.
Oh, so no, but I'm in the middle of things. Okay, so O and Sam from Freedom News were very cool. They looked out for me. They helped me sell stories. They told me about things that I might not have otherwise known about. O had always tried to throw me different opportunities, and I've taken up some different assignments I might not have known about without Freedom News. They've always helped take my work seriously, helped me take my work seriously.
Can I steer this conversation somewhere else that I'm also curious about in regards to your work?
Yeah.
What kind of equipment do you use?
No, my phone and a tripod and my
Really?
Instinct. Yeah.
That's it? Just your phone?
Yeah.
You don't have like at least like a camera?
Because I should, but I mean, like, it never stopped me in the past, to be honest with you. Like,
do you have a camera?
Dude, all right, let's talk. Let's get into it. All right, so I do a lot. I do a lot with a little. That feels like my approach, and it's definitely a self-limiting kind of thing where I like decide to live like that. I decide to put those impositions.
It's like deciding
on
to
myself.
make a 16-bit video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grind that a little more. Let's make this spliff. I love spliffs. Just weed makes me cough a lot for some reason. So I like to spliff a little
I
bit.
agree. I make spliffs too. It's just like I smoke with most people who are like, "You're putting tobacco in the
Fucking
weed," and
lambs,
I'm
no,
like,
that's
"Yeah,
fucking
I'm
lambs, dude.
sorry," you know. Like,
No, I'm in really deep, dude. I'm out here. So what were we talking about?
We're talking about limiting yourself as a creative. Yeah,
limiting myself in certain ways. Like I've always just used whatever acoustic guitar. You know, I just for the longest I used like a
as long
free
as it
one,
keeps in
like,
tune, it's fine
yeah.
by me. You know.
And with this job, like it even feels weird to say job. Like with this vocation, with this whatever, this opportunity, whatever. Like I was able to get away with using just my phone and a tripod, and then it was up to me to decide, well, when do I need it to be better? And then I tried different things. I'll tell you, like, I was like, okay, let me get an SD card reader and a gimbal. Like, I really went into
simple as basic shit. It's like, let me get an SD card reader.
Yeah. Oh, cat. I'm looking cat ass right now. Okay, so got like an SD card reader and a gimbal, and I get quick to frustration, to be honest. Like, I get quick to frustration, and I just was like, I don't even want to. I'd rather just learn how to do it with the little things. I'm working on that. 2023, I'd like to fully expand. You know, I'm sitting here.
Maybe I could help you out with that, you know, because like
I'd appreciate that.
I'm not bad with production. You know,
I'm
like,
sitting here. I was just about to say, I mean, to leverage the same thought.
how about this? Like,
I'm sitting here in your technical warehouse here, man. This is incredible. I wish the viewers at home could see what I see. Like, this is real nice, man. You guys got a nice set, nice
so
place.
let's do this.
Oh, it's gonna give you vertigo.
Yeah. So you could just, you know, woo. You know, it's a little glimpse of the Terrorisk setup.
It's cooler. It's cooler than even showed you.
Well, you know what? I'll say this much. I could
We
definitely.
got guns in here.
I could,
right under the table. My feet is on an AK-55.
Smith and Wesson. Yeah, I could help.
Smith and Jackson.
I could help. I could help you with some. You know what I think you should do? I think you should make a documentary.
I agree. I that's really an aim
like
of mine.
a documentary about your job.
I want to be Gonzo. You know Gonzo journalism? No? Hunter S. Thompson?
I know what Gonzo journalism is. Yeah.
Because I'm like an
Gonzo
accident.
porn and Gonzo.
I'm like an accidental traveler. I was mad homeless. I was like legitimately homeless, but it was funny, and I was like making videos about it, and like I'm just out here, and like that's been my life. Like it's been hard for me. I've said a lot. Like it's been hard for me.
Do you have all the footage you've ever sold still?
Yeah. Mostly,
okay.
yes.
So I think you should compile all that, and you should also couple that with like interviews of like, you know, me interviewing you.
Thank you.
And then I would. No, I'm serious. Like
I know. When I say thank you, I mean
and then
it.
we would like go through your footage. We would go through different times. We would go through the beginning of your career doing this towards like the present day, and then we would literally discuss life as like being a observer, like an actual.
I would love that. I'm looking for
because you have all your footage and you could literally that's so much content.
I have so many stories and I'm looking for someone. You know, we talked about before.
I edit this fucking podcast, so you know I could edit. Like you know I could actually like.
And a point that had come up between Chris and I earlier, and something that I was excited to see him and you know just kind of just hang out again is that like. I had reached to this is exactly what he was saying. I had reached to tell stories that no one else could quite understand, whether they had never lived like he and I had, whether they had not been exactly in the times and spaces with the people we had, or just not even just fathomed. You know, just like civilians. I mean, I said too, like, yo, like we're not civilians. I said, oh man, this year we're not going to be civilians, and he was very quick to be like, yeah, we never were. So
never, yeah.
I'm looking for that to be like. Catch this idea, like help me expand this, remember this, like let's catch this while it's here. So yeah, I'd love to do a documentary. I'm trying to live a documentary, you know? I'm saying?
Yeah, I would like to produce things like documentaries. I mean, I just like production. That's like my thing. Like I like putting things together. I like it when people give me audio tracks and footage and you know like and a narrative and a certain structure and they're saying like beat for beat. Yeah, it's like this is what has to present, you know, in terms of this artist that we're documenting or this politician or this general, like whatever the case may be, like we got to cover all the basics and the facts first and then we got to go into like the more speculative shit. And I like that stuff. I like the structure. I like the structure involved with putting all that stuff together. And even something as simple as a song, like I produce music, I'll produce a track, and it's like to me like producing like just as much. It's almost like just as much work goes into just producing a song for me as it would like producing a documentary. Like I put just as much into it. I'm like, we're telling a story here, right? Beat for beat, things have to like be pronounced a certain way at this moment, at this time, and then this has to happen, with the story that I'm trying to tell. And that's why I like music production, because I'm not a musician just in someone else's band or in a collective band. Like, no, it's all me. Like, I'm the one telling the story, and I'm going to tell you, I'm the dungeon master,
Yeah.
So that's why I like music production. But, I'm totally fine with being like a member in another person's band. Like, I totally get that too. Because like you can't really learn. It's not like I ever got to this point of wanting to be a producer until I fully appreciated what it means to be just a band member. Like, just to be, even if you look at an orchestra, how there's like a shitload of musicians in a single orchestra playing at a single time, even that one like, minor flutist, and like sitting like all the way in the back.
You
I'm
said
like,
you got a little flute.
but I'm saying like they matter, and like
And then you can hear that when you go to compose.
yeah.
Cause like, and then you're stoned listening to a track and you're like, yo, who put that little flute there?
But I appreciate that. And as a music producer, I don't need like a bunch of those people filling those roles. Now I could just do it all fucking myself, and that's why I'm into what I'm doing now, with the music. So I'm like, yeah, I think it's a lot cooler now, and I'm just gonna keep going with it.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm totally down to play guitar for your fucking band. That sounds pretty awesome.
Well, yeah, we're Tropical Hospital. We got a couple taglines going now. It's very cool. We got a couple different like.
At the
brands.
very least, even if I don't play, I could at least produce you guys. I could produce
Yeah.
videos for you guys. I could do all sorts of shit.
Thank you. It's
I could
Tropical
even record
Hospital,
you.
the best place for the worst day of your life. Tropical Hospital, softcore punk for lonely stoners. Tropical Hospital, sand in the wound. Yeah, there's a lot to it already, and I'm very excited. Well, I'm even gonna bring up this mug that I could just read right now. Yeah, I've known Chris from music. He's been in a lot of bands. I've seen him play music a lot of times, and yeah, this project is like, it's awesome, and I'm very excited about it. I've tapped into a good stream of creativity that's kind of brought a new life into me that I'm very grateful for. I'm trying to convince other people as capable for themselves as well. My friends are very good at what they do. Mark Maldonado plays drums. Joe Brunetti plays bass. They're very good friends and very good musicians.
A couple of Italian
It's
boys.
hard to say. Maldonado's Puerto Rican. Brunetti is Italian. It's hard to say whether they're better friends or musicians. It's a toss-up. They're real good at both. I mean, yeah, we're scouting out Chris Kim. I just saw him for the first time in a while, and was like, yeah, definitely come to practice.
That's funny because like I was like scouting out people too for my band because I still got to do that. I have to do that. This electropunk shit, man. I think this is because I'm totally down with like doing like the school that I came from with music originally, which was like, analog instruments, pick up a guitar, you get on the drum set, you get on the bass, and I could do that shit. I love that shit. I'll do that shit all day, all night. But something about, because, I also like to DJ, and I also like to produce electronic dance music, and there's something about that, I mean, like I do definitely get my kicks from jamming with a band, but it's not the same. And it's like, also I'll say that vice versa, like I would never want to be confined to just being a DJ and a producer. I would also want to always have that element where I'm able to like jam and play instruments and, jam with my friends who play instruments. I will always love that too. And that's another thing, like, it's also bands are so much harder to make work nowadays. It's like nearly fucking impossible.
I don't think that. I think like, I mean, for me, like,
I don't rely on anybody. I really, really don't. I fucking hate it.
well, what's been good is like I just took it and ran with it. I was like, for me, Tropical Hospital started with just me, and then my buddy Joe was really insistent on like, no, it's a band. Like we're gonna do it, and like he's like, no, it's a band. Like I'm gonna play bass. We're gonna get a drummer, and then Mark has the vision too. Like so we're friends and we have it. It's a decision. I think it's It's not like it's a decision. It's a vision, and I'm very insistent. I want to be clear on this. Like I'm very insistent on it being art and true to us and not an impression.
So let me ask you something.
Just hold on. Let me just to finish that thought is like I think to reply to your thought is like bands that die are impression acts, and many bands, many performers of all fucking varieties are impressionists because they see a formula, they see a receipt. They see a receipt for acts that they aspire to be like. Yeah. They say, if I act like this, if I model myself like this, regardless of what I can really create, because of who I really am, they see something that they think they can be, and they may well be true, but they are impressionists, and that gets heavy because it's not fucking them. When it's really you, it's actually a freeing weight. I can do this shit forever. I can write songs forever. I intend to. It's my only plan, write songs forever.
Yeah, for sure. Same here.
So, I think that's the main killer is bands that are impressionists and art. And I'm not. This is not me trying to call anyone out. I'm just saying like, be keen of it. Be aware of it in yourself. I'm trying to be preachy. Like, be aware of it in yourself. Is that like when it's true to you, the weight is not a weight. It's freeing. When you're being an impression, when you're trying to catch up with what you think works, it sucks. I'll tell you now because I'm tired and I mean it. It sucks. And when you're doing you, it's free. It's freeing. It's the most valuable thing. It's free and it's the most valuable thing.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So let me ask you something. With your band,
punctuation on that with my guys, exactly. With my band, Tropical Hospital, we a bunch of artists. Everyone knows exactly what they're doing and who they're trying to be. It's not a goddamn.
So with your band, Tropical Hospital, would you ever be interested in getting like? Do you have to be the front man of it?
I mean, the songs are very true to my life. They're about guilt and grief and growth. I don't see a world where it would make sense that I wouldn't be. I'm open to another project where I'm like I'll play bass or I play guitar or something. Tropical Hospital is like it's like not just a good name either. It's like so what happened was like I spent a long time traveling and just burning away my real life and my stable life traveling. I went through a big breakup right after I lost my brother and went through a whole identity crisis. Also, the breakup was like entirely my fault. It was like hard thing.
Yo, could I ask you for a favor?
What?
Is there any chance you could I mean, I'm gonna listen to what you're about to say anyway, but can you keep talking? I'll be listening from there too, but just while I pee.
Sure.
All right, cool.
Oh, you want to just pause it? You're gonna pee on the podcast?
I mean, I could edit it out, but hopefully all right. I'm just gonna edit it out. I'm just gonna cut it out. This is nowhere near the final edit. What I do is I just look for the piece and
Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my sad existence. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my sad existence, I kept my promise.
All right, we're back. We're back.
Keep your distance.
I'm totally not even gonna edit that out. I'm totally just gonna keep it in.
I would be. Let's punch back. We'll punch back in from that song, and then
I'm not
in
gonna
World
edit that
War
out.
II. Oh, that's fine. Okay, so in World War II, how would I have served? No, I'm fucking tactical. I wouldn't have sang in the foxholes. Although I have a hunting story. When I went hunting in a pitted out lumber yard with my brothers in Florida. We went boar hunting One of my brothers had a bow. My other brother had a 30-06, and I had a 308. And I had never, at least knowingly, killed a big thing before.
Yeah.
And my brother came ready, war mode. He shot the boar from his tree stand with an arrow. One shot, one kill. Right, hit it broadside. He had to follow it a little bit. It fell over. He found it. Took him a minute. It fell into like some high brush, but he found it.
And it dead.
Dead. He killed it. And so then I waited. I saw some pigs. I had a Bambi moment where like a bunch of pigs came. It was like a little family. And I was like, oh, I can't do this.
You gotta kill the babies first.
No, and I only had so many bullets, to be honest with you. I only had 3 bullets. So then I waited.
Can't do this. I can't kill the little family.
No, I couldn't kill the whole family. They didn't give me a fucking hand grenade.
I literally, logistically, cannot do this. You gave me 3
It was
bullets.
just
dude.
bad math. What am I gonna do? Throw a rock at the baby? Jump down from the tree?
Snap its neck.
So he took a boot. No, anyway, we're getting crazy here. So anyway, I had a chance and a half, and I was just like, no, I can't. And then so a lot of time went. They came back to get us down from the trees. Like the rangers came, or the guides or whatever came down to get us from the trees. And then they were like, yeah, you're running out of time. Like just don't get picky. And so came back.
Don't get picky. Just kill something.
Just
Get
go
the
up there
fuck
and either kill a pig or kill yourself. You only have 3 bullets.
Get the fuck
Either way, it's the same cleanup. So then we you said it. And so they put us back in the tree, and then luckily,
No, I mean the business is fucked up.
it's something. Well, actually, it cuts to the middle of it because it put the end in the middle. Is my brothers and I each had like 75 to like maybe 80, 100 pounds of meat for a long ass time.
Oh, so they let you.
Of course, it's hunting.
Yeah,
we kept the meat, and it's funny. My brothers. All right, we'll go get to the end, and I'll go back to my killing story. So, after my brothers and I, three men successfully killed like big boars.
Yeah.
We went back to our South Florida hotel room, where my brother cleaned the meat in the hotel room, and it was like blood and hair, like literally crazy Dexter shit. It was blood and hair all over the hotel room. And we thought it was funny. And it is funny. And we thought we were hilarious. And we like called our mom like, Mom, look at this blood on her. And it was funny. And so then, all right, so they put me back in the tree. My brother already killed someone with like a savage. He already killed it with the arrow. And then they put me and my youngest brother back in the trees, in separate trees. And luckily for me, little piggy stampede, right? And so I waited. I knew exactly what I was going to do. And they told me just hit it in the side, right? And so I did, right? And I'd shot guns before, so I did it. Mission accomplished. Hit it, right? And hit it, startled the other ones. They all fucked off. One flopped over, but into like a big puddle, right? And it was like thrashing, and it was like suffocating.
You didn't get a kill shot.
I got like a semi.
Like
like he had a last stand. He had a martyr.
Like if I hated you, and this is where I want to shoot you.
I shot him, and then he like drowned. But then
I shot him.
Well, I knew what was happening. I knew it was
That's
like
badass. It's like
but
like imagine like World War II. You shoot a Japanese guy, and he's like falls in a puddle, and he's like half drowning, half bleeding. He's like.
But I shot him again.
Oh, you finished him off.
And I had the 308, which is like a
But he was still alive after the second shot.
No. Because I shot him in like the same spot, and I was already ready. But after the first shot, I was in a tree stand, which was like a big tuna can, and the first shot of the 308 rang out. I was like, gong, and I was like, and
then you had to recalibrate.
Yeah, gong gong. Slide the thing, gong gong, and hit it again just because I knew it was drowning. So I shot him again in the same spot. It was fine. You went quiet.
308.
Yeah.
Fucking hunting pigs with 308.
And
you don't need a 308. You could just use a spear.
My brother did it with one arrow. I know. And so that was my first time. And then so I felt bad though. So now what had happened was I just killed this thing. It was me and the dead pig. If anyone wants to be smart, I like to pretend to be smart. I'm getting smarter. Next time you meet me in person, I will be smarter. But right now I'm just pretending to be. There's this book or a poem, something. Someone wrote words called "All Quiet on the Western Front." I think.
I love that movie. Yeah, I just saw the fucking movie on Netflix.
It's a movie. I think I know it as a book. It's something I had to read. I know it's a poem. Maybe even I don't know. I had to read.
They just made a movie of it. It was nuts.
Excellent. Well, I know it to be like someone killed an enemy soldier in a bunker, and he was like stuck in the bunker with him. That's what I know to be. But like so. it felt like that. It felt like I just killed this thing, and now it was just me and them. And it was like I was sitting in the tree stand, just nothing else to do. I killed the thing. My phone had died too, and like we couldn't get in touch with my brothers. It was just me and this pig, and so I started to sing at the pig, and just karmically, and like I was singing my favorite songs, and I thought like not even just in like a golden rule thing, but like now that I'm talking about, like if I were to be shot,
I would want to be sung to.
I would be sung to and
yeah.
honored.
You know what? That's a good fucking.
That was just my instinct.
Yeah, like if I'm there, like fucking like bleeding, it's like please sing to me. You know, sing me a song while I die. You're the enemy, and you just stabbed me in the fucking gut, and now I'm bleeding to death. So at least give me a song.
I was singing my favorite songs. You know, something. It was the best thing I could think to. You know, so I sang my favorite songs, and then after I could, sang away the guilt, and I was shouting out of the tree stand to my brothers because my phone was dead, and I figured they had to be somewhere in distance, and they heard my gunshots. They heard 2 shots, gong gong. So. And then I just started shouting, Noah, Jacob, I got one, right? But I didn't want it to sound like bad. I didn't want it to sound like help, right?
Oh, no,
so I knew it was like I knew what wasn't going to carry was going to be like not the words but the tone. So I tried to be like, yay, yay. I was like, I got one, sending like a happy tone across the woods, and. So then, my fucking youngest brother, this is a turn, right? So I did the thing. I did it the right way. I shot the pig from the tree stand. I sang away the guilt, had a moment, whatever. Called out to my brothers. All of our phones were either dead or out of signal.
Yeah.
And I was saying, I got one. And my brother, the youngest brother, was also in a tree stand somewhere nearby. We're all in South Florida in the wetlands. And we forgot about snakes. We forgot about. I remember snakes. We forgot about alligators. My brother got out of his tree stand, which you're not allowed to do in a hunting ground. That's a super huge no. And he was not wearing like reflective vests. Like
you get shot.
Yeah, you get shot, and like you get eaten, and no one knows you're down there. Like, why aren't you in your fucking tree? And so he came to my tree, and I wasn't expecting him. And so he catches me like singing to the pig. My gun empty.
The fuck are you doing,
My
dude?
gun empty and hot. And I was like, oh, I got one. And so he's like, yeah. He's impatient. He's like, oh, I haven't gotten one. And so now I come down from my tree.
So you got actually fucking killed something.
Yeah.
Out of your brothers, you were the one.
Well, no, my first one did, and now it was just I did, and then the last one was waiting, and. He got out of his tree, came to my tree. I got down from the tree with him. I wasn't going to let him be down there by himself. And so the plan was now we were going to be a two-man team. And I was going to kind of go around the brush and startle the pigs out, and he would catch them as they would go out. And so, it felt like fucking war. It felt like we were in like the South Pacific,
They're an invasive species. You got to take.
They
them
are.
out.
They do a lot of agricultural damage, and so. That's
what you tell yourself as you ruthlessly murder them with like a 50 cal like.
They told us
they're an invasive species.
They told us that, and then they gave us 3 bullets. Okay, it's fair. And so me and my brother are like walking, and like I was throwing rocks into the bush and like trying to scare them out, and. I didn't have any bullets. I didn't have anything. If they charged at me, I would have had to like melee attack.
Or with a knife or something.
Yeah, and so then, and again, we forgot like about alligators. We're in Florida, and it's a fucking pig land. So of course there's gonna be alligators.
Because they eat them.
Yes. So I'm like stomping around, like oh shit, and forgetting that it's
there's alligators. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then.
Are they crocodiles or gators?
Alligators. I don't know what specifically the difference is, but they're for sure alligators because Florida like prides itself.
Is it freshwater, saltwater?
Yeah, but
I probably sound so stupid. People are probably gonna whatever. Yeah.
So then it happens. I startle a bunch of them out, but I also happen to be like spazzing out. I'm like rocking a log with my foot. I'm like like lost, just like spacing out, like like messing with this log, and all these pigs come running out. And my brother, who plays like a lot of video games, but he's also like he's a disciplined, sharp young man. He's a militaristic kid. He snaps into position, hits the deck, and like hits the knee. and boom, pulls it, and like one shot hits it broadside. It's like all the way in the tree line. Like he had to shoot through like a couple layers of trees. Like it was a good shot.
It whipped some leaves, yeah.
Yeah, but like there's a lot of things that could have blocked the shot. Like they could have hit a couple
of trees.
He just
went right through.
Yeah, like it went through a couple lines of trees, and hit it. Same thing, right in the side, went right down, and now I had to go with him through these like little divots of trees and little mini hills to pull this fucking fat ass pig out.
Yeah.
And we're like already in shin deep water. And with
gators,
snakes and gators. And worse yet, we're not supposed to even be out of the fucking trees.
So you're just there, like
we're like rogue right now. And yeah, so like, cause now the guides heard 4 shots go off or 3 shots go off, so they don't know if one person shot all their rounds or whatever. So now they're out in the truck, the little
looking, and then they see you not in the tree, and you're like, oh
trees.
Shit.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers, when they killed each other. I was like, these dumbass motherfuckers.
3 brothers, 3 bullets. One killed the other one, then killed the other one, then killed himself. It's the only thing that makes sense. They came to New York. They spent $300
to kill each other. Yeah, they try to kill you dumb motherfuckers. You
and
idiots.
they're city boys. City boys do it right. No, but so yeah, they came in the truck and like they have that like ATV kind of thing.
They literally looked at you like, you dumb motherfuckers.
Well, so then we played it off because we're children of divorce and broken homes. So we know it's very funny. We laughed about this because like they came to pick us up. We knew we were in trouble, and we were like, "Hey, doesn't this feel like home?" Like, we were sitting in the little ATV car.
Oh, you little shitheads! That's what it is. You fucking shitheads!
You fucking dumb assholes! This is why we can't have nice things.
You can't operate like that.
It was like this is why we can't have nice things.
No, that's no way to operate.
And
see, I can't share a foxhole with a man like that. You guys got to be all.
We would have killed you. Hello, we would have killed you. And then sang to you, of course.
Dude, you can't operate like that. You gotta.
No, we've since sharpened up. I don't know if we've had other missions since. We've my brothers and I have had a lot of operations. Not trans operations.
My current operation was
that was my.
Well, I can't talk about it, but let's just say I've been doing a lot of fucking over a certain retail outlet for musical equipment, and I'll tell you all about it.
He's about to put Circuit City out of business. Yo, you know who's on the brink of extinction because of this, man? Radio Shack.
Oh, man.
Dude, if he pulls one more slick move, you're not going to see a Borders bookstore.
Yo, you know what I hate about these podcast episodes? They always get good at the very end.
So
they get really good at the very, very last leg. Like, I'm like, fuck. Like,
cut the early shit out, or put the early shit at the end.
No, that's not how this works, dude. This is not how this is not how this craft goes.
Yeah,
the craft is very
do it the same as everyone else. That's you're really changing the game.
What if
I'm not
look. I haven't.
What if
I
you take it from the best
part?
What if you take it from the best part and put that at the beginning?
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of people do that too.
No, name them, dox them.
No.
Call them right now.
Okay,
call
well,
them. Call them, Big
I'll
Shot.
plug them. So I just want to give a shout out to Forehead Fables, and they do that cool thing.
Listening.
They do that cool thing where they have like clips of it, the most interesting parts play first before the full episode, and then
That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, and like I thought that was a good idea, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it. But
I thought you don't do good ideas. That's why I'm here.
Well, yeah. Okay, so yeah. Aside from shitting on me, but
I'm trying to. You know what happens when you shit on something, folks at home. When you shit on something, what happens?
No, first
it grows. Hey, wait, hold on. Let me finish.
No, let me tell you something.
It grows. Manure.
Let me tell you something else. Though. You think you're the first person to criticize this podcast?
No, I'm not criticizing.
Yo, I've had so many other people
your decision making.
You're saying you're the first person to say like, oh, this is what you should be doing, and I'm like, dude,
yes,
I'm doing it. Okay,
I'm the only one you should listen to. Other people might say a lot of things.
Well, you're the first person that said that. You're the first person that said, well, out of all the ones that are telling you what to do, I'm the one you should listen to.
So wouldn't the person you should listen to tell you that?
No, but to be fair, you have an advantage because I informed you that other people try to tell me what to do about this podcast. But I'm progressing. Like I'm making T-shirts. I mean, they're cool. They're cool shirts, and like
you can't listen to a T-shirt, Chris.
I listen to T-shirts all the time.
I'm gonna start the canon where I call you Ivan on the podcast, and I don't even know why you.
Oh, that's gonna be so fucked up.
Why? That's fair. That's what I know
No,
you
because
as.
that's not even my music producer name.
So it's a good interest. They'll be like, why does he call him Ivan?
There's a whole story to that.
Because it rhymes with Chris.
No, that's not.
Yes, that's it. That's the only reason people need to know.
It's really the truth is I'm probably I'm a secret agent.
Yeah. No, it's the name by which he scams Mattress Farm. So he does a lot of operations under the name Ivan Finkelstein, and he has a business account.
Yo, wait, let me ask you something.
With a mattress barn.
Yo, were you there when we
Rhode
stole like
Island.
mini kegs from Pathmark?
Look at, they were Heineken kegs.
Yeah.
And they were consumed on Clove Road. And I did live on Clove Road for a long time.
Yeah, but the Pathmark at Bay Terrace, we also stole mini kegs, the Heinekens from there too.
Oh, and they were drank in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun time. You know, like you could just walk into a supermarket and you could just take a mini keg.
I'm actually currently banned from ShopRites.
Why?
Because I told a security guard. This is a real story. I only tell real stories, and I love it. I told a security guard I was gonna shoot him in the fucking face.
Why?
Which is just like don't even take me seriously. Like, don't be stupid.
You're gonna believe? Come on, look at me.
That's
Do I look like I'm gonna shoot you with?
The gesture I made. I'm
gonna shoot you in the face.
I'm gonna shoot you in the fucking face. Like, what are you, stupid? Like, that was a stupid. That was a stupid check, and you fucking failed, dude. You should be fired. You're a bad security guard.
Look, there's no way you're gonna justify to be threatening to shoot a guy in the face. There's no way it's gonna happen.
That was at the Highland Boulevard location, and I most recently went into the Forest Avenue.
If someone
Richmond Avenue
threatens to
location.
shoot me in the face, I either run away immediately or stab them with something I can find. Like either way, it's not gonna end nice. Like you can't do that. You can't.
Well, all right. Well, anyway. I went into a different shop, right? I have to try something.
I'm gonna shoot you in the face. How about that?
I'm unaffected.
He's like, what? Did he just?
I'm unaffected. You know what? I don't take it personally. You tell me you're gonna shoot me in the face, I look at you, dude.
I'm just trying to work it like.
Or better yet, I'd say, what am I doing? This is the real question, folks at home. If someone says, I'm going to shoot you in the fucking face, and I'll say it like this every day until I can no longer say words.
No.
Maybe the last thing I ever say is, I'll shoot you in the fucking face. I said, I'll shoot you in the fucking face. If someone says, I'm going to shoot you in the fucking face, maybe ask yourself, what am I doing that makes someone want to shoot me in the fucking face right now? Because that's fair too. Because sometimes, they tell you, Chris, they tell you life is a mirror and the people you meet are you in disguise. So if you in disguise... Now listen, everybody, with both ears and an open heart. If you in disguise comes up and says, I'm going to shoot you in the fucking face, you should say, why am I attracting this?
Okay, I'm going to counter that. Like, let's say...
Don't make me shoot you in the fucking
Let's say you belong to a certain religion.
It was nothing ethnic or fucking religious.
Let's say
it was a large white man
no, I'm just saying,
from like Midland Beach.
No, I'm just saying, let's say you belong to a certain ethno-religion, right? I won't name it. And then someone from a certain country comes up to you and says, "I'm gonna put you in a fucking gas camp."
Okay, but he's not from a race that's known to be shot in the face. He's not from a race that gets shot in the face.
You can't just tell those people to be like, "Well, you got to think
those people."
You got to
look
think
at
to yourself,
him.
why?
How many cancelable
Why would
moments?
Germany do that to you people?
You're
Like,
an edgelord. Look. This has nothing to do. This is not foreign affairs.
No, I'm saying that's why you can't use that logic, because that logic is universal. All logic is universal. So like you can't imagine
All logic's universal. No, all right. Well, let's keep it close to home.
Well, you can't imagine telling those people
This was
like, oh, well, you should
American-
ask yourself what made them do that.
Honestly,
to you. Like,
probably some things. But if he wants to go there,
see, okay, all right, I'm down to go there.
I understood. Look, there's some things to research.
Okay.
Okay, but hold on first. There's one thing at a time.
What made them
We're
do
not
that?
doing.
Huh?
We're not doing foreign affairs. We're not doing foreign affairs
All right,
or,
no politics
or things of the past.
We're just going
I'm
personal.
talking about this incident, and then what recently happened. So this is right after I came back from Colombia, and I played a concert, and I played a show. It wasn't a concert. I played a show, a gig with my buddy, and we played the show. We went home. I dropped my friend off. It was late o'clock. I went into this place, had this altercation, and then. Whatever, and then I was also literally homeless too, so it was like a whole thing. It was like a hard up situation, bro. And like the police were involved. They wouldn't let me get my groceries. Like it was a really whole to do. I really, Chris mentioned on his Facebook, Metal Gear Solid. I had a Metal Gear Solid whole moment, bro.
Oh, it's such a good game.
Wait, no, don't even. Okay, so what happened was I had a really nice royal blue rain jacket on, and it was cinematically raining out. And it was 11/11 too, so I had all this rain. It was raining.
It was 11/11 too.
And I had it was raining. I had this blue ass jacket on, and then it had this camo lining, right? And I fucking flipped it out because I'm Tim Brown Tactical, bro. I'm a motherfucking Terrorisk. Okay, so I flipped the jacket to the outside, inside out, and it was camo. And they called the police. These fucking these words. So they called
these people.
So they called the police on me, right? And I couldn't go. I didn't want to be caught up in the car because they for sure called the police, and I knew they would say, "Oh, he's getting in his car," because they're a bunch of pussies, right? That words. They called, so they're people. God bless them. So they let me. They called the police. I don't want to get in my car. I have them take my car. All the shit. So I was staying on the grounds, but far away, right? And so
fuck those people.
I had my jacket on, tactical mode, and I was slinking around. It was raining. I swear to God, I was in R3 stealth mode, and I was crouched around the whole facility, and people were coming out of work, getting in their cars, and I had to go like, well, they closed their car door, and I crept up the stairs, and I smoked a cigarette just to be cool. And I was up against the exit. I was up against the exit on the second floor of the parking. I was up against the exit on the second floor, and I was like against the wall, and I heard like
you're like, oh no, I can't move.
And I was like, I don't even know what to do. I was pinned, bro. And so I heard them. I was there for 15 minutes in the rain. And I was like, this can't get any worse, bro. This is what I do.
Cops they're angry too, because cops do not like going out in the rain.
Yeah, and so then it takes a turn, right? So I was unseen the whole time, unspoiled, right? But I didn't know how bad it would be. I didn't want them to put a warrant out. I had recently dealt with a warrant situation. I don't want them to be too cute about this whole thing, right? So, and they also still had my groceries that I literally paid for. So I wanted, like, literally, I'm in the right here, you sons of... I'm in the shop right here. So I wanted actually to get my groceries. So I hear the... And so came down the stairs, right? Now I went from stealth mode, assault mode, right?
To Karen mode.
No, Karen mode, I'm in it, right? So I said, oh, because now they don't even know, right? They don't even know left field, right? They don't even expect.
They're like, yo, well, and they reach for their gun. For a second, they're like, oh, okay.
Hands!
Oh, wait, you're white. All right.
They didn't expect. They didn't know the Martinez. Yo, sorry, but so then they. Yeah, I guess they didn't expect the perp to approach them. But so they're in their car. I hear them leaving. I'm like, actually, let me go up to them. And so, like, yo, let me just get ahead of this. And they were like, they play classic, listen, boys at home, troublemakers. They say, you're not in trouble. They say, listen to me. They say, you're not in trouble. We're just asking. You're not in trouble. We're just asking. Did you say anything crazy in there? Did you get upset? Look, we understand. You're not in trouble. We're just asking.
Did you threaten to shoot a guy in the
You are in trouble? Answer carefully. Or not at all. And I said, no, of course not. Hey, listen, look.
I'm just another guy like you.
I didn't say anything like that. I just, look, we got into a little argument. Look,
I'm threatened to shoot me in the face. Right?
Thank God you guys are here. I called you 20 minutes ago. No, but so I was like, no, like, look, we got into an argument, whatever. Like, that's my groceries. They won't let me take my groceries. Like, can you go in there and get my shit? And they're like, oh, they're honestly, like, I could talk hours of shit about the police, like, rightfully so. Not like you Instagram liberals that have been conditioned to hate the police. I have real reasons to hate the police for real reasons. I'm a real adult from really New York.
No, man.
Okay, anyway, so. Then I get the groceries, whatever. Fast forward, that was literally 11/11 and of the 11th month of the year. And then fast forward to like 5 days ago, I was trying to go to ShopRite on Forest Avenue and Richmond Avenue, not the scene of the crime, the alleged crime. And so went to a different location. I'm just going la-di-da, heavy on the da, and then this guy comes up to me very purposefully. You could feel it. You feel when someone comes up to you with a mission.
Yes.
He comes up to me
With intention.
Yeah. And he says, "I'm sorry, I have to walk you out." And I'm just like, I always shop stoned. I'm always stoned, and I'm like, what? I kind of thought he asked if I could walk him out. I was just like, what? And then he's like, "I have to walk you out." And he's like, "You can't shop here." I was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, honestly, a little sad because I was like emotional. I was like, "Hi,
all the time. I shop here. I
shop right. And so then like another guy, like I'm having this like weird, like not even like a pushback. I'm just like confused. Like I'm having a weird confusion with this guy. And then like another guy is in front of the cart and he's like, "Yeah, you can't shop at ShopRite." He doesn't say exactly that, but essentially. And
but you know what? The fucked up part, like honestly, if I took you to New Jersey or Queens or Brooklyn and went to a shop right there,
I'd probably be okay. I spent a lot of time in Jersey. I was
there's
kind of living in Jersey.
no way they would know to like ban you from that one. Like,
but let's try.
Yeah,
let's try.
Anyway, on that note, thanks for joining.
Oh, you're
us.
done? No, I'm just warming up. You're going to sleep? Why? Are you quitting?
No, dude, we're passing it. If you want to keep
so
going.
cut off the early stuff.
No, I like the early stuff.
Well, edit out the good stuff. You also because you also went pissing for like 10 minutes.
Wait, see what?
We're just talking.
You. It was like
We're
30 seconds.
Now I'm up.
Anyway, listen. Here's the thing about the podcasting. Like the more time it is, the more valuable it is. Like you cannot waste any second. Even those like awkward bits where you were just like warming up. I'm not gonna waste that. Like I can't cut that.
Well, we'll give you better bits. I'm warm now. I'm red hot.
I don't need you to give me bits. I just need you to give me Tim, and you gave me Tim.
Tim bits. You ever shop at Tim Hortons? They have Tim bits. See, I'm on. Can't keep me down.
Have you ever been to a Waffle House?
Yeah, I've been to all the terrible American eateries.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
You're just like, yeah, I've been to Waffle House. No big deal.
Well, dude, that's because I spent a lot of time in Florida.
Do you like Waffle House?
It's no big thing.
All right, what do you think is better, Waffle House or Dunkin' Donuts?
Very different beasts. Super different beasts. Waffle House is like a Denny's IHOP. So if you don't go to Denny's and our IHOPs a lot, it's like you're not even really missing it. So let's really talk about it. Let's really talk about it. This is the YouTube fucking thumbnail. Waffle House. Okay, so so I mean, look. So I spent a lot of time in Florida. I got a lot of love for people in Florida. Shout out everyone off 95, from Jacksonville to Orlando to West Palm to Miami. I've been to stop one on 95 mad times. Like shout out all of Florida. If you go there, if you're an IHOP, Denny's, Waffle House person, then you kind of know, and you have
a diner person.
You have that kitchen. No, I believe diners are very different. Diners are like cathedrals. Diners are like
like churches.
Diners are like save points. Diners are like when you die. When you die, you come out of a diner. Or for me, honestly, it's like 7-Eleven. Like not a brand plug, but like just people know that about me. Like I'll come out. Like if I die in this reality, I'll come out of a 7-Eleven. Like thing. And then so Waffle Houses are cool in that they have like that. There's like a kitsch to them, and like obviously like people talk about it even if they haven't really been to them.
They got good food. They do.
No, it's never really.
I like their grits.
It's not known for being good.
But you're right. Diners are different. Diners have like eggs Benedict and shit.
Yeah, diners.
They got spaghetti.
Diners exactly. Diners you can get lobster and spaghetti and like tuna casserole.
Yo, the Colonnade is a banging. I don't care what people say. The Colonnade is a banging ass diner.
No.
I like the Colonnade.
Man, you're really controlled opposition tonight. Okay.
No, I like Mike's diner too.
No, we're not even talking about the best one. We're going to talk about explicitly the worst one because Mike's diner. I mean, sorry. The Colonnade coming right at them. I'll fucking mail a pipe bomb. Is that illegal to say?
I'll mail him a pipe bomb.
The Colonnade Diner, and if you don't, this is my terms.
I'll mail you a pipe bomb. I hate this diner so much, by the way.
Because of this, keep that energy and know this to be true, and know this. I would say this. No amount of coffee could make me not say this. Okay, not say this. Is that because of what you call a taco salad? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should one by one, by lowest order, the lowest ordered person there gets to kill ritualistically, head in a deep fryer, the most senior employee, right? So the 19-year-old who may or may not be a legal citizen who's been taking out the garbage and whatever, he gets to kill the owner. He gets to put his head in the fryer. Then that same kid gets to kill the owner's son and so forth, and everyone who works all the way down there until he then himself sits in the freezer. He sits in the freezer while the building burns down, smelling like grease and corpses, right? Because of what you people call a taco salad, right? Because
Was it that bad?
Oh, because it's not a fucking taco salad. All right, I'm a little autistic, right? I got a little puzzle piece in me, okay?
So then what happened?
Hold on.
Like what was the taco
because
salad
of
like?
because of what I've been because of my position on the spectrum, because of my sensory overloads, okay? I try out every taco salad in the island, right? That's always what I get because I get scared at menus. I see too many options. I'm like, you have taco salad? I'll take taco salad. Because it's cultural. Because I'm Puerto Rican.
Taco salad.
Yo soy boricua.
So
And I got me un ensalada taco. Okay, so anyway, I always get taco salads at every diner because I get scared at menus, and that's something I like. And so the right ones, the good ones, the best ones, shout out Mike's Olympic, shout out the Unicorn, shout out the real ones. They will fresh deep fry a tortilla shell, bang it out with salad so much so it doesn't even fit on the plate. The lady's getting arm cramps bringing it to your table. It's crazy, right? But what the goddamn colonnade. Someone get a class action lawsuit. Someone get me a legal team. I'm a generous man. I'll do it for spite. You can keep the money. I do it for principle because principle lasts forever. Money lasts a day. Principle lasts forever. Okay, so let me tell you something. What those motherfuckers are getting away with, probably not even legally calling a taco salad, is a Caesar salad with some tortilla chips on it.
What about
Dollar
beef?
store tortilla chips. No, that's not even beef. They give you like a chicken fillet. They have like a chicken, like a grilled chicken. Each place does that, but some do it the best. Mike's Unicorn gives you the bestest chicken. That shit's mad good. Cause it's like kind of grilled breaded. Like I don't really even know like what they're doing, but the Colonnade especially does not know what the fuck they're doing.
Fine, I like Mike's.
They
I
give
do like
you.
Mike's.
Yeah, the Colonnade gives you like loose, wet lettuce.
You know why I like the Colonnade?
No.
Because the Colonnade doesn't judge me when I walk in there at 9 a.m. on a Sunday and I order eggs Benedict with a fucking whiskey sour, and they're like, and I'm like,
You've never done that. I'm gonna call them right now. Siri, okay, Alexa, okay, Google, call the Colonnade. They're saved in my phone as Terrorisk.
Wait, you're saying they can't serve? You're saying I'm wrong? Like they don't serve?
I'm saying
you?
they don't even know you. I'm saying if I went in there and I said, has anyone ever in the history of this establishment ordered an eggs Benedict and a whiskey sour? They would say, we told you to not come in here. They said, we have the same security as ShopRite on Highland Boulevard.
Dude, all right.
And
So
you are not allowed.
this is where we're going to get into some dark shit, all right?
Excellent.
How good are you with shoplifting?
Oh, dude, I've been super good because for me, it's a dopamine rush. It's the most I love myself is when I get away with shoplifting.
Yeah.
It's the most I feel valuable to myself. It's the most time I feel protected.
Yep.
My trauma feels covered.
Because you got away with something that, and you went ahead more than you could ever
They
go
couldn't
without.
keep me down.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep me down. They couldn't tell me anything, and I have a secret for myself. I also like.
Dude, you know my record. Like I'm like really bad with like fucking.
Why you get busted?
No.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say like.
No, but I definitely do like take things that aren't mine. But I never steal from like personal people.
No, you have ethics. Yeah.
But the shoplifting, yeah, like I definitely steal shit from
I was on a
stores.
tear like before the ShopRite thing. It wasn't even really a shoplifting thing. Like I really what happened was like I ate something in the store, and then got into it with the guy. And
You're a dick. Who
I
does that?
I ate something in the store. It
does
was
that?
it was sushi too. I ate like a sushi platter in the store. It was 4 a.m. I was just fucking fried. I didn't
And you
care.
just opened it. You're like,
I also. So listen. Give me some sympathy for the ginger, yo. All right. So I had 2 flights. Suck my dick. I flew from Colombia. I flew from Bogota. I flew from Medellin to Bogota.
And you finally get into a place with sushi, and you're like, yep.
And then I flew. No, they have pretty decent sushi in Colombia. Like, shout out. But and then so like I flew from Medellin to Colombia, from Medellin to Bogota, and then from Bogota to fucking Jersey. And then I played a concert, came from the airport to the concert, chilled with my buddy, shot the shit, continued to be legends as we are. Then I dropped him off at home, and then yes, I proceeded to go into the ShopRite on Highland Boulevard, and yeah, I took a fucking sushi platter and ate it while I shopped, and I bought the real things. That was my problem too. That's why I was in the ShopRite, was because I paid for $30 worth of fucking items and ate $10 worth of sushi, right? And they had me on camera. Oh, you got me, NSA. You got me, fucking Edward Snowden ShopRite. You got me 4K eating the sushi platter. And they said, yeah, we saw you eating this. I said, okay, fucking.
I'll pay for it.
Exactly. And
Did
then
you
I
pay
paid
for
it. And then I paid for it. And I paid for it. And then, but it was still, he was all on me. He was hands on me, right? I also just got a fresh tattoo. Fresh in 2 ways. Like, it was fresh and also it's like fresh. And like, so like, I had a fresh tattoo. This guy's all hands on me. I was mad tired. This guy's fucking fighting me, trying to tell me something. And he's literally just taking an opportunity to be handsy because they don't get to do anything. They're like losers. They're loser security guards that like, they're losers, bro. So like, they're fucking losers, bro. Fuck them to death. And so like, they're losers.
For the man.
And so they were losers, and they took the opportunity to attack me, a winner. See, every time. And so that's what happened. So yeah, I ate something in the store, and then I checked out everything. I bought all the groceries that I didn't eat in the store. Okay. And then the guy at security came up to me with the thing and said, oh, you ate this. I said, oh yeah, duh, obviously. I came up to the thing with it, but the guy is like touching me and pulling me everywhere, like, taking the chance to be handsy and physical and escalate the situation, right? And so that's when like I paid for the shit, and he's still fucking.
I'll shoot you in the face.
And well, I said stop. And this is how it happened. I said stop touching me, or I'll shoot you in the fucking face. That's not even crazy. One could find themselves saying that. If you're on the train, look. Now that I put that in your head, start the episode with this. Now that I put that in your head, stop touching me, or I'll shoot you in the fucking face. You might find a chance in your life when it makes sense to say that. You might be on the train and someone's just too much. You're taking a chance. And you say, stop touching me or I'll shoot you in the fucking face. You don't have a gun. You're on the subway. But you might want to shoot him in the fucking face. Or whatever. But like, that's what I said. So he's taking every chance to fucking, to get a hold of something. Yeah, so I said, stop touching me or I'll shoot you in the fucking face.
Nah, you shouldn't have said that.
And then suck my dick. And so
you shouldn't have said
whatever,
that.
Mom. And then so then even so okay, sure enough, tactically speaking, ethically, principally, philosophically speaking, that's exactly what I should have said. I was supposed to say, stop touching me when I'm shooting the fucking face.
No, you should have said, stop touching me or I'll fuck you up. That would have gotten in you way less trouble, and it would have had just as much of an effect.
No.
You should have said, don't touch me,
I was much more pleased with my result, actually. I did enjoy my little Splinter Cell operation.
I'll shoot you in the face.
But tactically speaking, no, because it did escalate the situation. So
he's like, does he have a gun?
From my own end... He should know because he just gooch checked me, dude. He just cup checked me. He just gave me a little ShopRite prostate.
Well, you can't handle a little crotch tickle?
No, because that, dude, like the deli's closed, dude. No free meat right now, dude. It's so. I said that. I said, and then so I said, don't stop touching me or shooting the fucking face. And then everyone, all these fucking little cornballs, bro, said, whoa, flew back like I had a fucking suicide vest on. I'll do it. And so, and now they're heroes. Now they're fucking 9/11. Now it's 9/12 in ShopRite, and they're fucking pulling me out of the store, hip checking, like. And they're like, we're calling the cops. I was like, go, fucking call the cops. I was like, give me my groceries, right? And they're like, no, just being opportunists. They were just weirdo loser demons. You mind if I? They were just weirdo loser demons that don't get the chance to assert themselves. I've always given people this. There's this sphere of influence. Yo, I'm literally Tim Brown Martinez. My sphere of influence is mad large, bro. I
gotta be honest. This is your most badass but most fucked up psycho moment. Like where you literally just walked in, you ate sushi that you didn't pay for, and it caused this whole thing.
My psycho moment was I most recently went to a local show in a full latex mask. This is another real story. I went to a local. This is actually the thing. This was like 2 or 3 days after this. So I upped the psycho. I went to a local show. I had some beef. I had some fights in real life and on the internet with some people. And I was in Colombia, and I was on Instagram just being crazy, dog, just saying crazy shit.
It's like, y'all shoot you in the fucking face.
That energy. And then so
I'll shoot you in the face.
People knew I was out of the country and were saying wild shit. We can get into this chapter later. I don't know why he's trying to go to sleep. The podcast just going.
I didn't say I'm going to go
Or
to
this
sleep.
is part 2. We'll do a part 2. I'm up. I'm revved up.
No, I'm going to release this whole thing. This is all going to be one long ass episode.
I
don't mind. I love it.
Okay, so after I told this guy I'm gonna shoot the fucking face, and I had to hide from the police in my jacket on tactical, and then jacket on tactical, smack it on tactical. Yeah, and then so I went to the police, whatever, had to get my groceries back, all this shit, and then like 2 days later, people knew I was out of the country. People knew I was out of the country, and I was having problems with some people, right? But people knew I was out of the country. They didn't know I was back. So what happened was there was a big show happening with a lot of people happening that I had some friction with, right? All the people I was having friction with were going to be at the show.
Who?
No, we're not doing that. Because piece of the scene. 2023, piece of the scene, baby. 2023 from you to me. 2023 from you to me, piece of the scene. Unity. 2023 means unity. You know what I'm talking about? But this was still 2022, and we were at war in 2022. Okay, so people didn't know I was back in the country. So what I did was I wore clothes that I don't really wear. I pretty much wear this, like solid pants and like a button up, like a solid or light pattern button up. Yeah. And so I wore clothes I didn't usually wear, and I wore shoes like my beater gym shoes, right? Like I looked very different. Didn't wear my watch, right? Real incognito shit. And I had a head to toe, like a fucking scalp to neck mask. Like a full mask. Yeah. And I went to the show in the mask. Right.
Did it work out good?
Well, people knew it was someone. Oh. They didn't know who it was, right? And I also drove to the show in the mask, so I was like in traffic and shit. And you ever seen the movie The Town?
Yes.
When like
with Ben Affleck,
and they see the guys in the mask, and they're just
the kids are like, "Oh my god, they're gonna rob a bank."
It was like that. I was driving to the show with the fucking mask on, and I went there.
Damn.
And I kicked open the door. I kicked open, big emphasis on the door, right? And people were like looking, like knowing, like that's someone, but who? I don't even. That's someone. That's double someone. Like who is that in that? Who is that? And like. Then I just like walked around. I was looking for one person in particular. I had a fucking big ass mouth. And so I was looking for one person. And I was looking and I was checking all the pockets, all the little social pockets. And then I went to the smoking section. I didn't see them, right? I went back to my car and I put on my Tim Brown clothes. I took the mask off. Right? I put on a button up, put on a little Tim Brown outfit.
Oh no.
I went back into the show. Bang! Same smack on the door. Oh shit. It was like WWE, bro. It was like a wrestling event. Like a fucking wrestling promo. I was like, oh shit. And then same thing. I was like looking for somebody. They weren't there. I was held down in the smoking area. That was my most psycho moment. I'm not necessarily proud of it, but it is kind of funny. It's funny to me. And it's kind of like the lengths I'll go to.
Okay, I mean, that wasn't really a psycho moment.
Yeah, all right, God bless.
As much it is more like a, what's it called? A fucking surprise motherfucker moment.
Yeah. Yes, sure, but like
it's like a troll moment.
I thought it was weird. It was an alien experience myself.
Oh really?
Because it was like strange. This is a little therapeutic to me.
You weren't really like a troll type person in the beginning. Like you weren't like.
No, I'm not usually confrontational. That's why this year has been like, yes, this will be the reflecting on the year section.
Do you feel? I mean, here's the thing about being confrontational. Like, there's being confrontational, and usually, if you're confrontational, you feel pretty justified about it.
Yeah.
So that means you feel like you've been wronged.
Yes. But now I'm over it.
Oh, okay. So it's not like something that caused lasting damage to you or anything?
I think I was like, I it's probably true that I was like reacting to everything else. I was like, it was really more so like imagined, not imagined, but like overemphasized, over. I was sensitive to shit that was like not really even fully the case.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I do a lot of like trauma. I do a lot of trauma response stuff. So
Yeah.
like, I felt like I'd been encroached upon. I felt like I'd been mistreated or whatever. And I'm not necessarily over that. I feel like I do deserve more acclaim. Acclaim's the wrong word. My shit's mad good. I make really good stuff for the right reasons. I make, this is the statement. This is what I mean to say all the time. I make good stuff for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And this year, me and my friends really worked our asses off. And I feel like the scene played politics. This was my mission statement. This is why I was hot. This is why I was hot and going crazy. And then it was escalated because other people, and ask yourselves who the fuck I'm talking about, other people really did do shady shit and say weird shit and shady shit, but I'm not even gonna get into that.
Well, could I ask, like, here's what I don't understand, like, because, you know, like, it's not like I'm so divorced from the scene that you're so exposed to. Like, I clearly, you know, went to the same shows you did for a while, and like, I want to know, like, how does one get so caught up in that shit? Because, like, you know, I do music, and I know the other people who do music, quote unquote, in the scene get into their own drama. And it's like, I just never got it. I always felt like an outsider to that shit. I was like, I don't understand it. You guys get into all this bullshit.
For me, like, it really does matter so much. Like, what I'm creating matters so much, and like, it being seen for the right reasons matters.
Yeah, but
so
I'm
much.
saying, like, if, like, for
And
me,
then-
it's like,
but,
I'm
like,
like, I don't understand it. Like, if you're
what
so focused on the craft, how do you
Because-
have the time to, like, fucking deal with their
because
shit?
what but the obstacles were like,
No, here's the truth. The truth is, what really fucks us is because we're guys and we like to fuck. And that's what'll get us in trouble more than
unrelated.
anything.
No,
No, I'm serious.
this time. Hey, not this
honestly,
time.
no. But that's just like, that's a fundamental truth for every artist. You know, like, nothing will get you in trouble more than your like base human desires, whether it's
Yes.
fucking, whether it's smoking, whether it's sniffing, drinking, eating, whatever the fuck it is, it's gonna fuck you. And it's usually the artist, because the artist is so in tune with their animal desires and their animal instincts.
Yes.
And that is why they end up in so much fucking trouble all the time, because they're so expressive about it. And that's something to look out for, and that is something that I'm concerned with, you know, like, you know, especially because, like, I don't know, like, I've done my fair share of very, very, very irresponsible shit, you know, like, to be fair. But even I know, like, if you want to get shit done, like, there's a certain level. And it's not even like I think, like, you know, oh, it's all about public perception. Because even I'll say, like, fuck public perception, you know, like, at some level, you know, even they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But at the same time, like, you're expecting to build something off of public perception, so it's gotta, like, account for something.
That's you know, Chris always brings up very, very nuanced points. We had like some good like pre-pod banter. I was like, yeah, like, you always bring up like good takes. I think that's a good one. It's like oh no, I just lost it. I was trying to be complimentary. No, I lost my thought. No, I'm tired.
Yeah, but yeah,
What was the last thing you said?
it's a very fine balance between trying to appeal to public opinion as
Oh.
opposed to trying to subvert it and all
Thank
that
you.
shit.
Yeah, so like I really did while out. So like, and I'm actually, it's making me reflect now. Like, I did imagine a lot of shit. Like, I did kind of maybe skits a little bit. Like, it probably wasn't as intense a situation as I'd imagined. Except like people, like one person in particular really did say wild shit to me that I could not even imagine. I was like, wow, like, you're really wild. And like, I really do have to react to this. Like, for as an individual, as like, it's because like it shouldn't even be a bad, dirty thing to say. Like, as a man, I had to react to it. Like, as an artist, as an individual, as a public figure, like yo, you're wild, and like, I really got to check you right now. That happened. That's a thing. But it's okay. We're past that. Other things that kind of led to that was I did imagine that, and not imagine that. I added more heat to it. And then people asked me, like, because they saw me, it was very public. I was very publicly wilding and saying, like, yo, like, you should have never, like, you, like, I'm literally out here, like, I've been doing this for so long, like, don't fucking be an impediment, don't get in our way. I said don't get in our way a lot, which I kind of still feel. But I was hot for weeks. And also in Colombia, and, like, still spitting shit, like, so.
Yeah.
People asked me, dear friends asked me, like, yo, like, you good, like, you know, and then other people said, like, they kind of said, like, thanks for speaking up. Some people had said, like, you know, I don't know exactly what you're going through. I don't know exactly what's happening or what's happened or who's doing what. I see you're standing up for yourself. And thanks, because I am wanting to do the same in my situation. 3 people said that. They said, like, thanks for saying what you're saying. And then another friend had even brought up something that said, so, like, it wasn't all for naught. And this was the initial point of Chris's point of, like, public perception. So it is, you're peddling something in public perception. You're saying, I'm saying all the time, please like my band. Please like my band. This means so much to me. Please like my band. And then I'm also in the same sense, like, attacking the public and being like, fuck you guys, fuck your bands.
You're idiots.
You're fucking idiots. You don't fucking
But
get
that's why
it.
that's why I'm saying,
genius.
like, you don't have to be that way. That's not the only option.
I
Like,
know, but it felt
this is-
good.
I know,
I
but
know,
this is
because
where-
I also,
this is
you
where,
know
like,
me, but
this
you
is
know
where-
me for so long. Was I
I
ever
know, but
really
this
like
is where
that?
I was never like that. For me, it was like
Nor
always,
was I.
I was always about the craft. You know, like,
It's
I was
both.
I'm a craftsman. You know, like, and it's the only time I ever get rowdy like that is when I hear people complain. I'm like, why are you complaining? You think that's gonna help you at all? And it's like, and people are like, oh, it's psychologically beneficial to vent, and sometimes I'm like, fuck you.
No, I don't think
You're
that's
like,
true.
fuck your bullshit venting. You know, like, you fucking pussy. Like, you don't need that shit. You need to fucking put your fucking nose down and work. Like, pound the pavement. Fucking get out of where you don't want to be. You know, like,
Yeah.
that's my take. And it's like, and that's what pisses people off usually, you know, from my perspective. And that's always the core of it. You know, like, I'm you know, like, when it comes to, like, sociopolitics or whatever, usually the crux of what, like, really gets, you know, me rubbing people the wrong way is when I get to that point where it's like, well, you should just deal with it. You should just not be that way, or you should just not be such a fuck up, you know, like, and that's where people start to get defensive. They're like, whoa, wait, what about my mental illness, or what about my this, or my, you know, whatever. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, how about that? Like, because that's exactly what the world's going to say to you. You know, like, I'm just saying exactly what the world said to me. Fuck you. The world doesn't care. I don't care. No one really cares.
But
I'm
see,
being
like,
honest.
My conflict with the world this season, cause I it's been, like, such a weird thing, like, between, like, the being literally homeless, but then also living in, like, the lap of luxury and adventure in Colombia, and, like, coming back here and, like, kind of being in the middle and, like, still being at war and shit. Like, I haven't even known what to call it. So to say, like, the 2020 season. So this 2020 season, like, what was the last thing you said? I might need that a couple times. What was the last thing you said?
Fuck you if you don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't. Thank you. No, it really worked. So, like, it wasn't like it wasn't just blatantly attacking people. Like, my conflict wasn't just attacking everyone. It wasn't just, like, raw aggression. It was, like, kind of. It was deliberate. It was political. As much as I don't like to use that, as much as I don't want to be saying I was being political, but I was being political. That was, like, on purpose, and it read the right way to the right people. That's what I was saying earlier. Is like, it wasn't just fuck you. It was like, fuck that, fuck this kind of way of doing shit, fuck how I'm being seen, fuck seeing people for how you're seeing me. Yeah, that, like, and then the right people came out of the woodwork and were like, yeah, I get that. Cool, thanks. You know, like, thanks for saying that. I might not have been able to say that.
Oh.
And that was really important to me. So thanks. Thanks to them. Thanks to everyone who got it. And you know, going into 2022, a phrase with my buddy, another like really good, constructive, productive person who's brought a lot of good into my creative life. Between he and I, like, we would just say, "Oh, you get it," like, without even having to say the 25 million things we want to say, but without even having to try to find the words. To be honest, it was on acid. Like we just kept. It was an acid thing. We just like we'd just be like, oh, you get it. Oh yeah, you get it. Oh, you get it. You know, like it was just exactly right. Like, oh, you get it. Like you get it. I'm gonna give you a little tobacco, and it was like exactly that, and that had been the same spirit this year. Was you get it? You know, so the people that were obstacles. Oh, you drunk? Oh, he's drunk. That's what's happening, folks. I was like, what happened? I was drunk. I don't drink, so I forget what it looks like when people get drunk. Anyway,
Are you talking about me?
yeah, I'm talking about
I think
you.
you're telling the story.
No, I'm narrating, but
Fuck you.
That's the attitude. That's what happens when people get drunk. They get rude.
What the fuck? Fuck you. You're being rude. You just tried to sneak a little diss at me. Like, I was paying. I thought you were telling his story, and then he's drunk, so he's a retard. And I'm like, fuck you, man.
I didn't say you were drunk. I said you're retarded. No,
Yo, did you like that electropunk video?
I thought it was very good. I was very impressed by the audio. Namely, that's what drew me into it. I think the sound is like exactly something you're trying to get to. I don't know what sounds like it now.
Exactly. That's the point, right? That all I need is the singer, and once I have that singer, that's the final key. I just need that fucking Chinese bitch. I just need her. She's like such
I'm gonna make a piano competition. Listen, it's gonna be a piano competition called The Final Key. That's a really good idea he gave me. It's called The Final Key, or it's a cocaine doing competition with the same name.
You know what I was thinking about?
The Final Key.
I was thinking about doing Craigslist. Like once I make because that electropunk song was the first proof of concept, and I'm gonna produce one more video, which is the second song, and then that's what I'm going to post on Craigslist and be like, say, yo, I need a girl singer for this, and then I'm just gonna see who shows up, and it'll be funny.
That would be good content.
It'll be I'm just gonna see who shows up, and I bet I'll get a good hit. I bet I will. I bet there's some girl out there.
You know, you could do actually just as well. You should do Instagram ads. Instagram ads are really cheap. They're $6 a day.
I was actually thinking about doing Twitter and Instagram too. But
Twitter, Instagram, you get probably more normal people.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure. I was definitely thinking about doing that.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I definitely sound really smart, and I look really good doing it. I'm going to be on this podcast a lot now. I'm kind of just deciding this. This is how Terrorisk is going to happen. I'm dressed in my fatigues right now.
Yeah, I'll do you a deal. I was going to do
and
this
he's dressed like an arms trainer.
I was going to do this off the mic. I was going to do this off the mic, but I'll do it in person.
I'll make history on camera. We're not.
So I was going to say, like, I'll join your band if you be the co-host.
Exactly, and we're in.
Yeah. All right.
As I want to be
seriously, I'm serious. I'll only do your band if you help me do this.
I want to fill out that board. I want to make it cooler. I want to have real topics and really take it seriously. Because I know you have a steady hand. I know you finish things.
Yes, I do. And I keep going with it, even if it's like sinking. I'm like, fuck it. I'll go down with my ship.
Yeah, because it might be a submarine. Hey, go down with the ship. That's another good one. Someone write that down. Yo, we're straight up geniuses. Let's just keep this tape rolling until the motherfucking sun comes up. Damn, it's 3:16. 3:16.
No, I gotta work soon. And we do have to end this. It's like we're going on. Actually, we're just about right on time. Anyways, thank you for joining us, people.
I'm the new co-host.
Yes, yeah, most definitely.
I'm Tim Brown Martinez. Anyway. My band Tropical Hospital. I'm Tim Brown Martinez.